Editing skeptic here. Whoever filmed this interaction was not only dumb enough to film it in vertical mode, but also held the phone so close to his face that you could hear his tongue and tonsil touch with every breath he took.
First off, do I need to explain that further? Because you said you don't understand.
Yeah,
about the deny or admit liability.
I said I am aware what you are saying, but I do not understand. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay, what is it that you don't understand? So I can maybe help you
So maybe
process.
I need to clarify that I'm here under special appearance today.
Special appearance in
The
what
special
sense?
appearance as a living woman, naturally born woman, one of the people, American state national. I'm not subject matter to the rules of civil procedures.
Linka, claiming to be an American state national does not place you outside the legal system. In fact, even a foreign national can still be involved in a civil case in the United States. So if foreign nationals can be subject to civil procedures, then someone calling themselves an American state national certainly can be as well.
So according to
let me just finish.
Sure. I'm sorry.
I'm also a secured party creditor and attorney in fact for Lenka Coloma spelled in all capital letters for my trust.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand that there's other designations that you've claimed that you have for this hearing.
Yeah, it's
Whether
on record.
or not that's going to bear on the case, I have no idea.
All right, excellent. So I just wanted
But
to
you
put it
don't.
on the table.
So you're saying you do not understand what it means
I
to.
do not stand under your jurisdiction of the rules of civil procedures
Okay.
or anything you were trying to make me to basically be under. That's what that means.
No, understand does not mean stand under. It simply means to comprehend something. That wordplay does not change its actual meaning. It is like saying you have a long shot chance of beating a parking ticket. That does not mean you are literally taking a long shot at the ticket. Words and phrases have accepted meanings, and changing them does not create a legal argument.
So at this time, you can make your plea of either admit or deny liability.
Okay, excellent. So first of all, so when I received the ticket,
I'm going to let you go ahead and get into
Yes,
that,
yeah.
but I need you to tell me whether or not you deny or admit liability. That's what
if I admit or deny liability,
doesn't-
Bill, can you advise me on this, please?
So the plan is to get legal advice from someone who does not recognize United States law? That does not sound like a smart strategy.
Well, the question is not whether you were parked there. The question is whether or not you got the ticket.
That's right.
And you did get the ticket.
Yes,
So
yes.
it's okay, you can acknowledge you got the ticket.
Yeah.
Okay, so you
I received
admit-
the ticket, yes.
Yeah, right, okay.
Okay.
So with that, I'm going to turn the floor over to you, and you can share with me
Okay.
your reasons for contesting the citation.
Okay, excellent. So I parked my automobile at the North Beach in San Clemente. I was behind there maybe like 30 minutes or something, and I come back. Yeah, and there was a ticket on my private automobile. And so, because I'm a private American and because I'm fully aware that this is an American land, which, by the way, it's secured actually under land patent, okay? I have actually a certified copy in my office. So I was kind of surprised by receiving this ticket because it's obvious a trespass on my private property.
No, that is not trespassing, unless you decide to completely change the legal definition of trespass.
So I wanted to resolve it in a pretty fairly, quick manner. So I sent the ticket back
I've looked
with
at that.
refusal that I refused the contract, and I reserved my 72 hours to rescind under the contract law, and that I invoke my rights as private American, one of the people, and all my rights are reserved under UCCU 1308 without prejudice.
Now, let's clear up something sovereign citizens often mention: all rights reserved, and UCC 1 to 308. These terms do have legitimate uses in business and contract law, but not in the way Lenka is trying to use them. UCC 1 to 308 can allow someone to accept a contract or payment while keeping the right to challenge certain terms later. It is meant to protect people from being forced into unfair changes after an agreement has already been made. For example, imagine you need to rent 10 chairs for an event. I agree to rent them to you for $50 each, and we sign a contract. Then, on the day of the event, I know you urgently need those chairs and cannot find them anywhere else. I suddenly raised the price to $75 per chair. Because you still need the chairs, you may decide to pay the higher price. If you accept the new agreement while reserving your rights under UCC 1 to 308, you may later argue that you accepted the new price under pressure and did not truly agree to the change. You could then challenge the situation through a civil case. However, UCC 1 to 308 does not automatically mean you will win. For example, if the original $50 chairs were destroyed in a fire and I had to replace them with chairs that cost me $75 each, the price increase may have been reasonable. Even if you signed while reserving your rights, a court would still examine the facts before deciding who was responsible. So, UCC 1 to 308 is not a legal shield that cancels contracts or allows someone to ignore the law.
Okay, so I actually came here directly on December 4th, when was it? December 14th? No, January 4th, right after the holidays, to settle the matter. There's actually a video, everything was videotaped, and I came to settle the matter. I wanted to meet with the party that issued the ticket, Mr. San Clemente. And
I don't know if there's a Mr. San Clemente, the city
well,
of San Clemente.
all right, well, now we have a problem, right? Because someone issued the ticket, right?
Yes.
And so I wanted to meet with the man or the woman who issued the ticket and find out that they have a contract with me. Well, no one could find Mr. San Clemente, right? So I said, all right, well, now we have that we have one issue because we don't have an actual claimant.
What are you talking about? The City of San Clemente is the party making the claim.
But anyway, and in order to come to sit down with you, I was coerced and intimidated to pay that ticket, which actually to not even to pay it, right? To give you guys under duress $43 FRNs, right? I actually offered to pay the alleged debt, even though we never discovered Mr. San Clemente, and that was denied.
Linka, your payment was rejected because you attempted to pay a $43 parking ticket with a £5 British commemorative coin. This was not a new issue either. I covered that situation in an earlier video, and the link is available in the description.
I appreciate all that information and the course of events to get to this day and this appointment, in this hearing. But I'm here to listen to evidence that would be used to potentially dismiss or confirm that the citation was issued properly. Okay, so far,
okay,
it's
I have
your floor, so just
yes,
provide
so
me that evidence.
I have the first issue we have is who is Mr. San Clemente that walks around and issues tickets to private Americans. Second problem is where did this Mr. San Clemente that's pretty much non-existent took an authority to put meters there on our private American land that belongs to we the people, okay, to coerce and extort money for a very long time, by the way. I've been living here for some 30 years.
You have said that you have lived here for nearly 30 years and that you are an expert in constitutional law, but you still seem to ignore how government authority works. The 10th Amendment gives states powers to govern matters that are not assigned to the federal government. California also gives local governments certain authority to manage their communities. That includes operating programs that raise local revenue, such as parking meters and parking enforcement.
Third of all, how come I come here and I'm coerced and intimidated? Lawful money is not accepted, and I'm extorted furthermore to pay you a legal tender to actually get a hearing. Also, the other thing I wanted to tell you. So let me just finish, okay? I don't know if you.
That's not my
understand.
role. I'm here to just simply.
Right. And
reasons
listen,
for contesting.
listen, I know that you are a good man, okay? This is our discussion between women and men, okay? And we have
Well, actually,
certain laws.
respondent and hearing officer.
When Linka starts using sovereign citizen phrases like woman of the land and man of the land, the hearing officer immediately brings the discussion back to reality. He reminds her, "You are the respondent, and I am the hearing officer." That is the legal role of everyone involved. regardless of the labels she chooses to use.
So with my further research, I did find City of San Clemente online.
Okay,
Okay, you know who Mr. City of San Clemente is?
I have no idea.
It's a corporation.
Is issued
Well-
correctly or not?
We have a bigger issue now.
Okay, so
You
you
realize-
have a room full of witnesses.
Yes,
Are any of these witnesses here to tell me that your vehicle was not parked there? Were they
it's
to
my
tell me
automobile.
your automobile?
yes.
Is anyone here can?
Point of clarification, you made a mistake when you brought up the word, who got the ticket. You said you got the ticket, and Blanca answered that question. But the law is black and white, so you need to define the word "you," proper syntax, because Blanca is not a you.
Linka argues that Blanca Coloma is not you, but that argument does not work. The word you is a clearly defined English pronoun used to refer to the person being addressed. American laws are written in English, and changing the meaning of ordinary words does not remove someone from a legal case.
So is anyone here to say that the vehicle was not parked there?
No,
Well, I have a little bit of an objection. It wasn't a vehicle.
Okay,
A
what was
vehicle
it?
is a commercial term, and this was not a commercial item. A motor vehicle specifically is defined as a self-propelled contrivance used to carry passengers or product or cargo for hire. She's not for hire, so she's not commercial, and so it's not a vehicle.
That argument is incorrect again. Some sovereign citizens claim that their cars are not motor vehicles because they are not using them for commercial activity. They often rely on a federal definition to support that claim. However, this case is happening in California and does not involve a federal crime. Therefore, that federal definition is not the one that applies. California Vehicle Code Section 415 defines a motor vehicle as a vehicle that is self-propelled. So, if Linka's Mazda moves using its own engine, it meets the legal definition of a motor vehicle.
Okay, my role here is very simple. It's very rudimentary. It's here to, I'm here to listen to your reason for contesting the citation. And so that's what I'm here to do. So if no one has any other testimony in regards to what the issue is at hand, then that's fine.
Yes, I have more to say, although I'm not sure it's appropriate at this time.
At this point, someone needs to stop interrupting and stay quiet. If you do not have anything useful or appropriate to add, speaking only makes the situation worse.
my thing is that we have a bigger problem here. All right? Yes.
At your opening statement, you said you were here on special appearance.
Yes.
Now, you appeared not to really understand what she meant by that.
Well, if it was a special appearance, I would be made aware of it. Okay, so no one in the city, no one has made me aware of any special appearance.
No, this is a special appearance
This
right
is-
here.
It's a hearing. It's a hearing. There was a gentleman that came in and had a hearing just before you. It was not termed as a special appearance.
Right.
I mean, if you want to term yourself as a special person,
I'm not a person. I'm not a person. I'm not a citizen, and I'm not a resident.
okay.
Okay, so I'm
However you
a
want to
very
clarify
very
yourself.
special woman actually that you will need to learn about. Yes.
Learn about. I think you meant laugh at. Linka, you are not receiving special attention because of your legal arguments. If your claims were truly as important as you suggest, people would already be lining up to follow and document your work. Instead, we are watching a vertically recorded video while listening to unclear commentary in the background.
What I'm making a point here on the special appearance, what that specifically means is that she's here for purposes of determining jurisdiction. Okay? Is the jurisdiction there? Now, you have your own purpose, which is you're gathering information, and you understand that. But that's outside the parameter of special appearance. Special appearance in any hearing, a person is entitled to stick with the issue of what is the jurisdiction in the first place. And any discussion about facts or other laws, whatever, is outside that parameter. And so that she has a right and to come in on that issue. Because until you establish jurisdiction, there is no jurisdiction.
This is exactly why it is important to bring a qualified lawyer to a hearing like this. The purpose of this hearing is simple. Lenka has an opportunity to explain why she believes the parking ticket should be dismissed. If the hearing officer is not convinced, she still has the right to appeal through the proper legal process. Questions about jurisdiction would be addressed during that appeal process. Someone familiar with the law should understand how that process works.
I'm sorry, but none of this applies to the reason why this hearing was set. None of it applies to the decision that I'm going to make. And I appreciate that. Perhaps this is going to be something you'll have to take up with another party in the city or in the county. But right now, my role is to review, to listen to your reasons for contesting this, and then to review evidence that would show one way or another. So that's all I'm here to do. And if there's
a mismatch of roles there, because
perhaps there is.
I think there is.
I'm in the right place.
Out of everyone in that room, the hearing officer appears to be the only person who fully understands his role and the purpose of the hearing. You could argue that Lenka is also in the correct place because she is challenging the ticket, but the entire dispute is over a $43 parking violation. If she had simply handled the ticket instead of repeatedly searching for unusual arguments to avoid it, she could have saved a great deal of time and effort.
So
yes, you're in the right place according to your mandate. This I understand, absolutely.
Okay.
So I don't doubt
okay.
your perspective.
Okay.
But she has her perspective, which is she came down here specifically on the issue of jurisdiction and nothing else. The facts only matter in terms of jurisdiction.
So I'm here to
I will tell you what I need, okay? I need to meet the responsible party for the City of San Clemente.
You'll have to do that in your appeal, which I communicated clearly that you have the ability to
so
appeal.
So will that be?
You will get a notice of my decision, and then with that notice, you have I think 30 days after that to go ahead and file an appeal, and then you would go to the next level.
Okay, but Todd, also I need to know your contact information. Where?
I'm not going to give you my contact information. I work for the city.
For City of San Clemente?
I do not work for the city. I'm here to represent them in this hearing. So I'm not going to give you my contact information.
We need your bond.
But we need
No, I
your
don't have
information. Oh, so you are a public officer?
Operating with
and
I'm
you are
not a public
operating.
officer. I work for a private company.
The expression on Lenka's face is hard to miss. She looks completely surprised when she discovers that the person involved is not actually a public official.
Against me, my rights, there is a mail fraud, there is an extortion, so I want it on the record. So I really need to meet with the responsible party because I am not happy American right now, and I want it to be very clear. I am peaceful American, but when you guys pick a fight with me by trespassing on my private property, I'm going to go after you.
So what happens now, Karen? Are you going to point your finger, make more demands, and ask to speak with the city manager of San Clemente again? You already tried that, and it did not solve anything. That brings us to the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like. If you did not, leave a dislike. Share your thoughts in the comments. Check out the other Lenka Coloma videos, and subscribe with notifications turned on so you do not miss future uploads.